I think I'm not the only one who noticed that there is so many mental health problems with artists these days.
Selena had a secret.
Selena Gomez
was diagnosed with lupus, depression, and anxiety.
Sorry, I've never done something like this before.
Recently, I saw on TikTok two people, and I will mention them, like David Kushner. I know he had some concert, and in the middle of concert, he just stopped that he couldn't perform because he had panic attack.
I'm just not doing okay mentally. And it has to be this show that it's happened. I'm so sorry. I myself deal with a lot of anxiety. So I'm so sorry. I can't continue the show. I'm just not doing as well as I thought.
And also I saw TikTok where there was Robert Pattinson, and he was talking about like he was supposed to be acting and I think doing some dance or something, and he almost had a panic attack.
And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown when this happens. Like, we need to either choreograph it or cut it. And they're like, no, just like dance, stop being a freak. And it came to the day, and like, I was sweating so much, like the insides of my trousers were wet.
And I know that in some interviews he also mentioned something like having mental problems.
I kind of think most actors sort of look for these parts,
Yeah.
maybe because they're a little bit mentally unstable in the first place.
Are you?
Yeah.
What I want to say that firstly, this video is for Christians, and I'm talking about this from Christian point of view, and I just want to show you some things which are really common with artists having mental breakdowns. And I want to show you more spiritual behind the scenes. As a person who came out of New Age, I see those things, like those principles applied in this area like so much. So I would say we can have two point of views. One of them where people say it's normal, we should normalize it, it's disease like any other. And then there are the people who say like it's not normal and people shouldn't have mental breakdowns. I look on the people from two sides. People who are not Christians, who are not really born again, I say, is like normal, sadly, to have mental problems, and it doesn't surprise me really at all. But for people who are Christians, I would say it shouldn't be common and definitely shouldn't be normal for Christians to have mental problems and having panic attacks. So when I'm talking firstly about Christians, I mean that when somebody really follows Christ, devil, which also can cause some mental illnesses and can suggest thoughts and give you some feelings, Christians should learn how to manage our thoughts and our emotions. And if it's really spiritual, then we can cast out the devil. So I would say we as Christians, like we have this privilege because of Jesus and because of the authority we have in him to be completely mentally healthy. Like it's God's will for our life. And of course, we will do things which are according to God's will. We won't do, watch, listen to things which can actually really harm our mental health. But when we look to the world and to the people who are not Christians, then they are many times just expressing their emotions and feelings. And it's so easy to get caught up in that. Think about it, relive past traumas. For example, I listened to the interview, or I should say a teaching how to act. It was acting class. And the person said that, for example, if somebody wants to cry, actor in the movie, some actors really think about something tragic which happened to them or what they heard, which caused really bad emotions in them, really like sad. And this is what they really do. This is what they imagine and relive in their mind, in their heart, so that when they are on set and they should be acting and start crying, that they are able to cry. Because, you know, like when you are actor, you need to act. And, you know, when you feel really good, like it's hard to cry. So this is one way how they do it. I know there are other ways. I don't want to talk about it now. But my point is that many people just relive in their minds really tragic things. And that's why their mental health is really poor. And I think it's not that common for actors because, you know, like they have like different roles, different characters, different emotions. They play somebody who is really angry. And you know, like it's spiritual to really be angry. And if somebody is trained to really like switch emotions like that, and you know, like the best actors are the ones which are really in the moment. You know, we say, wow, you are really good. You perform really well. Like I could feel the emotion. That's why, for example, people who are like really in real life in love, and in the movie, they are just playing couple. That's why it's so easy to love the relationship of those people because it's literally authentic. It's just acting, but also it's authentic because in the private, they are really together. That's why many people really love some movies because of that. What I'm trying to say that emotions, when actors really feel them, we can feel them as people who consume their content, who watch the movies, or who even listen to the music, and it can affect us. That's why I also believe like it's so common for people like actors who have like mental problems, because like you really just open yourself to any emotion, and then it's really hard to, I would say, have control of your life. And when you play really bad characters in movies, like really bad, then I would even say is opening up to demons. So it's like kind of dangerous to be just actor. Like literally, I was just thinking about this and talking with the Lord. Like, I don't know if I could be ever actress, because like if I should play somebody who is literally angry, like I don't want to take anger in me just like that, because like it can be spiritual. Yeah, so this is the first thing why I believe so many actors have really problem with their mental health. And secondly, people who are singers like David Kushner, like you are singing about your life, about your emotions, how you are fighting and you don't want to sin, but you want to sin, and you are hiding from the daylight. Many times people just sing about things which they experience or felt which are not really good. We can call them not positive. They relive it. They say it out loud. And there is power in our words. There is confession. Our words have strength. So when we are again saying things which are like words of death, not the words of life, then we are sowing seeds consistently. And those people are singing it all over because, like they have rehearsals, then they have concerts, etc. So like then it's also easy for them just to get really bad mental health because they are singing about depression all the time. And of course, people who are consuming their content, their songs, their movies, of course, they are accepting. And when you are singing the songs without really thinking what you are saying, your words, what you are saying, or even thinking or singing in your heart, they have power. And you are literally programming your mind. So that's why many people have mental health problems. And when I was talking about like Christians shouldn't have it, and maybe you say, but David Kushner is Christian. Like I know that he is sometimes with people in communities where there are Christians. I don't know how I saw it, but I just saw on one Instagram story of one Christian influencer in LA that they were on the Christian Bible meeting, and there was actually David Kushner. I was like, stop, like scroll again, like, yeah, literally, is he there? It was like, yeah. So like really, really Christians were there, and then was him. And I don't want to talk about him much. I don't know him, but like from the fruit, what I see, at least from the music he's doing, like it's not really good music. Like I wouldn't say he's with the Lord, and I really doubt that he's living in purity in his relationship with his girlfriend. So when we say we believe, it's not just saying, we should really follow God. The point is, when we follow Christ, we renew our mind and it will reflect it in our thinking and in the words we are saying. And if we are singers, lyrics of our song should reflect that. Think about it. Do you want to really sing about your heart, things you came through, like depression, do you really want to sing? One thing is that you have your secret place, you sing it to the Lord because you are like living it in the moment. It's hard times, so we are singing it and you are like giving it as a prayer to God, and it's kind of just your prayer and song. It is okay. And then God helps you, gives you a solution, heals you, something happens, and you are out of the situation. Nice. But it doesn't mean that your broken song, when you actually pray to God, should be also something you should release publicly so that people listen to it, because it was your struggle and you were just giving to the Lord. But when you just sing about that period which happened, you are reliving it. People then, without thinking, because people are like that in these days, they will just sing it as a declaration in their life, and you really don't want that. This is just my point of view of why these days so many people have mental health problems, and I'm also talking about it here because the point of this YouTube channel is help you with content creation and everything connected with content. See you in the next video.